Welcome back to another CAD/CAM tutorial. In this video, we are going to create a mechanical coupling assembly using Siemens NX. The mechanical coupling consists of these parts: the bracket, the hub, the pin, the spacer, the shafts, the key, and we have the final assembly here. These are also the drawings for the various components. This assembly looks very complex when you look at it, but it is very simple to do. Make sure you watch the video to the end so you know how to create this mechanical coupling assembly with Siemens NX. And please like the video, subscribe, and turn on post notification if this video helps you out. Now let's start. We start in the desktop. I'm going to create a folder to store all the files we are going to create. The title of the folder should be Mechanical Coupling Assembly. And then you open Siemens NX. In the Siemens NX window, create a new file. The template should be model because we are modeling a new part file. The units, millimeters, and then you specify a name for the part. This will be the first part, the brackets, and then a folder to save it. So in the desktop, we go to the mechanical coupling assembly folder. This is where we are going to save the parts. Okay. This will take us to the Siemens NX 3D modeling workspace. We can start. So we start with the bracket. The brackets can be divided into 4 different parts: the base cylinder, the rectangular plate on top of the cylinder, and then these 2 features here. So we are going to start with the rectangular plate. So extrude, because we are adding material, sketch section on the XY plane. Okay. Then we draw a rectangle. The rectangle method from center, and the center should be on the origin, and this will be the rectangle. So let's dimension. The length of the rectangle 88 millimeters, the width 57. Sketch is fully constrained. Finish. And the height of the rectangle is 10 millimeters. Apply. Next, we add the base cylinder. It starts on this edge of the rectangle, so on this face here, and we extrude down by a distance of 48, and the diameter is 55 millimeters. So again, extrude, sketch section, click on this face. Okay. We add a circle of diameter 55 millimeters. The circle should be in the middle of the rectangle. So locate the center of the circle, any midpoint on this horizontal line, vertical alignment. Again, click on the center of the circle, and then midpoint of this vertical line, horizontal alignment. So the circle is in the middle of the rectangle. Sketch is fully constrained. Finish. We have to extrude down, so reverse the direction. And the height of the cylinder should be 48 millimeters. Set the boolean to unite to join these 2 features. Apply. Then we add this feature and we mirror onto the other side. So still with extrude, sketch section on this face. Okay. First, there is an arc here, and the radius of the arc is 15, hence the diameter of 30. So we sketch a circle of diameter 15 times 2, which will be the 30. We make sure the circle is in the middle of the parts, and the distance from the center of the circle to this edge of the rectangular plate is 18 millimeters. So click on the center, locate any midpoint here, vertical alignment, and the distance from the center of the circle to this face on the rectangular block is 18 millimeters. Sketch fully constrained. So we add inclined lines to join this shape. We have to make sure that the tangent relation or the tangent constraints are showing here. If they are not showing, just click on this circle and this line, and we will have the tangent relation here. Click on the tangent relation. With a quick trim tool, trim this unwanted edge, so we have just this arc here. Then we have a hole of diameter 16 millimeters. So a circle, finish. We extrude by a distance of 16 millimeters and reverse the direction. Set the boolean to unite. Okay. We have to mirror onto the other side. So click on this extrude and then look for the mirror feature. The feature has already been selected because we clicked on it earlier. And the mirror plane, an existing plane. We look for a plane that is in the middle of the two blocks that we want to mirror. So that will be this YZ plane. Click on it, show results. Okay. Next, there is a hole of diameter 30 millimeters through the cylinder up to the next surface. So hole feature. A general hole. The direction of the hole is normal to face. The form is a simple hole of diameter 30 millimeters. The depth limit until next. You have to specify the center of the hole. So come to sketch section. This face of the cylinder. The sketch point tool has already been selected. So place the center on this origin. Finish. Okay. Then we have this keyway or this cut as well over here. So extrude, sketch section on this face. Okay. First, I'll sketch a rectangle with the by 2 points method. We make sure the rectangle is in the middle of the part. So locate the midpoint of this line. Click on the origin, vertical alignment. The length of the rectangle is 8 millimeters and the distance from this line to the midpoint of the circle is 19. For the height of the rectangle, we don't really need the height. So far as it covers this distance, it's okay. So finish. Reverse the direction and set the end limits to until next. Boolean subtract. Okay. And we change the color of the part to crimson. This is a reddish color. So view, edit object display, click on the body here, and the color should be a medium crimson color. Okay, so this will be okay, and save the part again. Then we create the second part. So new, a model template, millimeters. This is the second part, the hub. The same folder here. Okay. So this hub is just 2 cylinders with 2 holes that are joined together to form one component, and the color is a cornflower. So let's create the first cylinder. Has a diameter of 30 and a height of 56. So extrude, sketch section on this XY plane. Okay. So a circle of diameter 30. Finish. And we want to make sure it is symmetric about the top plane. So the start value is symmetric value. And the distance is 56 divided by 2. That is half of the total distance or half of the total height. So that the first half will be on top of the top plane and the second half will be at the bottom. So apply. And then you create this cylinder as well. The same diameter of 30 and a height of 56. So sketch section. This time on the YZ plane. Okay. So again, a circle of diameter 30. You make sure it's in the middle of this cylinder here. So click on the midpoint or the center of the circle. Click on the origin, horizontal alignment. And the distance between the center of this circle or this cylinder and this center here is 18 millimeters. Sketch is fully constrained, so finish. The same height of 56 millimeters. So a symmetric value, 56 divided by 2. Boolean unite. Okay. Then we add holes of diameter 16 to each cylinder. So the whole feature, sketch section on this face. Okay. With the sketch point to replace the center of the hole in this origin. Finish. So the hole's diameter 16 millimeters. A simple hole. Depth limit until next. Apply. Again, sketch section on this face. Okay. And replace the center on this origin. Finish. Okay. Then we change the color to cornflower. So view, edit object display, click on the object and the color to cornflower. Okay. And save the parts. Then we model the next part, the pin. So the pin is more like a bolt and it's a round figure. So we are going to use a revolve feature. So again, create a new file, model template, unit millimeters. The name will be the third component, the pin, in this mechanical coupling assembly folder. Okay. So we sketch half of this section and revolve around the horizontal axis. So under extrude, you can see the revolve feature here. Sketch section, so you can sketch half of the profile. We're going to sketch on this YZ plane. Okay. So with the profile tool, sketch half of the profile. Now let's dimension. This full diameter is 16 millimeters and this is 25. Since we sketched half, we divide them by 2. So from this line to this line, be 16 divided by 2. From this line to this line, 25 divided by 2. The length here is 100 and the length here is 10 millimeters. Sketch is fully constrained, so finish. Now the axis of rotation, just click on this horizontal line here. End angle 360 degrees. Okay. Then we add a chamfer of distance 3 and angle 45 degrees to this edge. So chamfer. The cross section should be offset angle, a distance of 3, angle 45 degrees. Click on this edge. Okay. Then we change the color to smoke gray. So view, edit object display. Click on the object, okay, and change the color to smoke gray. So this is smoke gray, okay. Then we save the part. And we move on to the next part. So create a new part file. Model template, units, millimeters. This is the fourth component, the spacer. Same folder, okay. The spacer is just a cylinder of diameter 25 with a hole of 16 millimeters passing through it, and this hole also of diameter 3 millimeters passing through it. So extrude, we first sketch the outer cylinder, sketch section on the XY plane, okay. Circle of diameter 25, finish. And we extrude by a distance of 12 millimeters. Okay. Then we bore a hole through it. So with the hole feature, sketch section on this face of the cylinder, okay. So with the point to the sketch point, leave the center of the hole in the middle here, okay. And the diameter of the hole, 16 millimeters through, so 16 millimeters, and the depth limit through body, okay. Now you create this hole of diameter 3 millimeters, so extrude sketch section on this YZ plane, okay. So a circle of diameter 3 millimeters. Note that the hole should be in the middle of the cylinder. So click on this center of the circle and this origin, vertical alignment. And the distance from the bottom to the center of the hole is 6 millimeters. And from this center to this origin here should be 6 millimeters. Sketch is fully constrained, finish. You make sure that the hole cuts through the whole section of the cylinder. And since the diameter of the cylinder is 25, the start limit symmetric value 25 divided by 2, so that we can have half of the 25 on this side and the other half on the other side. Boolean subtract, okay. So this is what we have. Change the color to yellow. So view, edit object display, click on the object, okay, and change the color to yellow. Then we save the part. We move on to the next part. So new, again, model template, millimeters, and this will be the fifth part, the shaft. So the shaft is just a cylinder with this cut on the edge. So this is the fifth component, the shaft. Same folder, okay. Extrude, because we are adding material, sketch section on this XZ plane, okay. Shaft has a diameter of 30 millimeters and a length of 65 millimeters. Finish. The length of 65. Okay. And then we make this cut. So again, extrude, sketch section on this face of the shaft. Now we draw a rectangle of length 8 millimeters, and the distance from the bottom of the rectangle to the center of the shaft is 11 millimeters. So rectangle, the length of the rectangle should be 8 millimeters. Now click on this and pull it up. Click on this and also pull it up. Make sure the rectangle is in the middle. So click on the midpoint of this horizontal line and the origin, vertical alignment. Now distance from this line to this center should be 11 millimeters. For the height of the rectangle, you don't really need a constant or a fixed height. Just make sure that the rectangle covers this area of the shaft. Finish. And we extrude or cut by 50 millimeters. So reverse the direction, distance 50, boolean subtract. Okay. Then we change the color to granite gray. So view again, object display, change the color to granite gray here. Okay. And save the part. Move on to the last component, the key. This key is just a rectangular bar. So new. This is a sixth component, the key. Same folder. Okay. So we extrude because we are adding material, sketch section on this plane. Okay. We need a square of length 8 millimeters because this box here signifies that this shape here is a square. So we need a square of length 8 millimeters. Sketch is fully constrained. Finish. And we extrude by 40 millimeters. Okay. Then we change the color to strong lemon. So view again, edit object display. And this, I think, is strong lemon. Okay. Again, save the part.